Hey, what's up? Ben here from blogwithben.com, and welcome to this tutorial on how to create a landing page with Constant Contact. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a lead generating landing page using Constant Contact's new landing page builder. This is a great strategy for anyone looking to grow their email list and expand their blog's reach for future campaigns and revenue streams. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad you found me. Here you'll find full-length step-by-step tutorials on how to build, grow, and monetize WordPress blogs. If you haven't done so already, I would love it if you would subscribe to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. That way you could stay up to date with all the videos that come out in the future. I would also love it if you would subscribe to my mailing list, and I'll put a link to that in the show notes below the video. That way you could gain access to my free ebook, The Blog Starter Kit. All right, with that being said, let's build your landing page. So real quick before we get started, I'm assuming that since you're watching this video, you already have a Constant Contact account. However, if you don't, I highly recommend you test out their platform with their 60-day free trial. Yes, you heard that right. You can try Constant Contact for free for 2 whole months, and you don't even need a credit card to get started. Simply visit my affiliate link in the show notes below this video to take advantage of this amazing offer. And that way you could test out Constant Contact for 60 days, worry-free and risk-free, to see if it would be a good fit for you and your audience. All you need is an email address to get started. Okay, so in this video, you're going to learn how to leverage Constant Contact's new lead generation landing page. And this new feature is really a game changer when it comes to growing your email list because you don't have to use plugins or build out an entire landing page within WordPress. Everything comes ready to go within Constant Contact, and all you have to do is make a few small configurations and connect the landing page to your list. It can literally be done in less than 10 minutes, and it's a great tool to have when it comes to growing your email list. Now, for this tutorial, we're going to be creating a campaign around a lead magnet, which will be a free ebook download. And the funnel's pretty simple. The user will land on the landing page, fill out the form and submit their information. Then they'll be redirected to a thank you page where they'll be able to instantly access and download the free ebook. Super simple and effective for generating leads and facilitating your lead magnet. Now, I should point out that I'm not going to show you how to create the lead magnet in this video. However, I'm just using a Google Doc that I've converted to a PDF. This will serve as my ebook, and if you have any questions about how I did that, don't hesitate to reach out in the comments. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is create the list for this particular campaign. This is where the email addresses of the people who fill out the form on our landing page will be stored. So, to create a new list from your Constant Contact dashboard, click on Contacts, and then click the Create List button. Then you'll want to give your list a name. I'm naming this Food Blog Landing Page since it will be compiling form submissions for the Food Blog ebook. And then click the Save button. And we have our list for this campaign. All right, next it's time to create the landing page. So click Campaigns in the primary nav. And then click the Create button in the upper right-hand side of the screen. And then we're creating a landing page, so from that list, select Landing Pages. And then the type of page we're creating is for lead gen, so select Lead Generation Landing Page. And all this means is that the landing page will come with a built-in lead form and thank you page. This saves you a ton of time in terms of the build process and setting up the user journey because it's all baked in, meaning you'll have a professional lead form and email marketing system ready to go out of the box. All you have to do now is make a few small tweaks and this landing page will be ready to start delivering leads to your email list that you just created. Okay, so what you're looking at right now is Constant Contact's new landing page builder. And if you're familiar with Constant Contact, this is very similar to their email builder, but let me give you a quick rundown of the features. On the left is the content of the page. This is where you'll make all of the edits and configurations to the actual landing page. To the right of that is the visual preview, where you can see your edits as you're making them in real time. There's also a toggle feature where you can go back and forth between the landing page and thank you page previews. Above that is the name of the page. You can obviously edit that. And finally, we have the publishing features. This allows you to make your landing page live once you've built it. Okay, now that you know your way around, let's start building your landing page and thank you page. So as you've probably noticed, these pages are somewhat basic, and I actually prefer that. You don't want a lot going on within your landing pages because it can end up distracting the user and decreases the chance that they'll fill out the form. Remember, the reason we're creating this type of landing page is to generate leads. So we want to make it almost painfully obvious what the visitor is supposed to do when they land on this page, and that's to fill out the form. So the more basic the design of the landing page, the better, in my opinion. All right, so let's start designing and configuring this page. So on the left-hand side of the screen, under the content section, open the lead generation page tab. And this will give you the ability to edit the logo, headline, description, and button text within the form. All right, first things first, let's add a logo. So under the logo section, click the Choose Logo link, and this will bring you to your media library. This is where you'll upload and store the images that you're going to use within your account. So to add your logo, click the Upload File button. And then click the Browse Your Computer to Upload link and find the image you want to use. There we go. Then you'll need to click the Upload Files button to actually upload it to your media library. And then once you get the green check mark, go ahead and click the Done button. And then if you're not seeing the image, which I'm not, you'll need to exit out of the media library by clicking that X. And then click the Choose Logo link again to re-enter the media library. And then it should show up. I'm not sure why it does that, and I think it's a small bug, and hopefully the developers have fixed it by the time you're watching this, but nevertheless, we want to use this as our logo. So hover your mouse over the image and click the Insert button. And you now have a great looking logo at the top of the page. This is a small but important design feature that can go a long way in creating trust and brand recognition with your audience. This can also help to increase your conversion rate. People will see and recognize the logo and are instantly more inclined to fill out the form. Okay, moving on to the headline, description, and button text. Now, these are all pretty straightforward. Simply replace the default text in the required fields to edit what is displayed on the form. And for this example, I'm promoting a free ebook as my lead magnet, so I'll change the text to align with that campaign. So I'll have my headline say, "Sign up for your free copy of the Ultimate Food Blog Guide." Then in the description box, this allows you to change the text below the heading. And again, you'll want to edit this so that it matches your campaign messaging. And there we go. And I'm going to leave the button CTA or call to action as is, but you can change it in the button field if you'd like. Okay, moving on. So click the Lead Generation Page tab to go back to our main menu. And next, we're going to begin designing the page. So open the Design tab. And from here, you'll have the ability to change things like the background colors of the form, the font style, size, and color, as well as the button color. First, let's take a look at the background colors. Now, they break it down between the outer and inner background, outer being the color behind the form, and inner being the color of the actual form. So, to change the color of each background, simply click that box icon, and this will open a color picker tool, for lack of a better term. But this is where you can change the color of the background. By default, you start at the basic section where you can just click a color swatch and it will change the color like so. Then if you click the Advanced tab, you can get more specific with your color selection. You can even add the color hex code if you know it. Simply paste it here within that field and click the Apply button, and the hex color code will be translated to the proper colored background. Pretty cool. And you could do the same for the inner background color here, but for this example, I am keeping the default color as is. You can also add a background image here if you'd like, and the steps to do that are the same as when we uploaded our logo. And this would replace the outer background color completely, and it would look something like this once you upload an image. However, for this example, I'm keeping the yellow outer color in place. Okay, moving on to the button color. And the steps here are the same. You'll click the box icon to open the color picker, And I'm going to use a hex color code again. So I'll open the Advanced tab. And then enter the hex code. And click the Apply button. And we have a different colored button. However, I don't really like that color. It feels a little too dark. So let me change this again really quick. And you can also use this tool here to change the color as well. It's just another option to let you get creative. And there we go. I like that much better. Sorry about that. Okay, moving on to the font. So each section of content has its own settings that you can configure. You can change the type of font, the size, and color if you'd like. Now I'm leaving everything pretty much as is for the sake of time, but I'll show you how to change the color and size of the heading. So under the heading section, if you click on the color icon, it's the same as the background and button colors, but it just changes the colors of the font. So let's make this a little darker. There we go. Then the heading size is currently set to 24, but I'll make it a little bit bigger like so. And then feel free to play around with the body, the links, and the button fonts if you'd like. But I'm going to move on for now, and hopefully this is pretty straightforward and you can find what works best for you and your campaign. Okay, moving on. So let's go back to the main menu by clicking the Design tab. And next, let's configure the form fields. So click the Contact Fields tab. And this gives you the ability to add, remove, and require various types of form fields. Now, by default, they start you off with email, first name, and last name fields, and email being the only required field. However, you can change whether or not a field is required by flipping these switches. And all this is doing is requiring the user to fill out the field in order to submit the form. And you can tell by the little red asterisk by each field. You can also remove fields if you'd like. So I'm actually going to only have email be the only required field, and then I'll only have the first name field. So to remove a field, just uncheck the box, and voila, it disappears. Super simple. Okay, so that's our lead form. Next, let's connect it to our list. So click the Custom Fields tab to go back to the main menu, and then open the Settings tab. And this will give you the ability to connect the form to a specific list. Now you actually have the ability to create a new list within this builder by clicking the Create List button, but we already did that. So if you click the Choose List dropdown, you'll see all of your current lists within Constant Contact. And I'll choose the Food Blog landing page list. Remember, this means that when someone fills out this form, their information will be stored in this particular list. Next, you have the option of customizing the URL. And I recommend doing this because it adds a little bit of credibility to the link and makes it easier to track. So under the Customize URL section, flip that switch on. Then within that field there, type what you want the trailing URL parameter to be. You can't customize the entire link, but you can at least change the very end of the URL. And I recommend keeping it aligned with whatever your campaign is. For example, I'm customizing this URL to be Food Blog eBook. Again, it's not a huge deal, but it can help with conversions if the user sees something relative to the landing page at the end of the URL. Just something to think about when you're creating your landing pages. Okay, so that's going to do it for the landing page. Let's move on to the thank you page. So click the Settings tab to go back. Then if you click the Thank You page tab within the builder, you'll see that a lot of the design edits we made to the landing page transfer over to the Thank You page. This is super convenient and helps you stay consistent throughout the campaign. Okay, so if you recall, this particular campaign is aimed at food bloggers who want to access my free ebook. So the way I'm facilitating this is through the thank you page. Now, if you're mimicking this exact campaign from the tutorial, then you'll obviously need to have your lead magnet created beforehand. And I recommend using Google Docs and then converting it to a PDF. That's what I did, as you'll see in a few moments. Okay, so this page is pretty straightforward. It's where the user will be automatically redirected after they fill out the form and will be a way for you to say thanks, as well as give them access to the lead magnet, which is an ebook. So to edit this text within the page, click the Thank You Page tab. And then you'll notice that it's very similar to the landing page text editor. Just swap out the headline and description with whatever you'd like. And I recommend giving the user some sort of instruction as to what to do or expect. However, For this example, I'm just saying, here's your free copy of the ebook. Next, it's time to add a button. And you have a few options here. You can offer a file download, a link to a web page, or give a gift card. For this example, I'm using a link. So I'll select a link to a web page. Then you'll need to edit the button text and add a URL. So for the button, I'm going to have it say download ebook. Then for the URL, I'm going to link to an actual Google Doc. Again, you don't have to facilitate the ebook exactly like I do, but this is what I do for all of my ebooks, and it's worked out pretty well. So if we head over to my Google Docs account, you can see that I've created an ebook, but I've converted it to a PDF. Again, I did this all through Google Docs, which is free. However, the ebook template I paid for using a website called Graphic River, and I'll put a link to that site in the show notes if you're interested. Either way, after you have the ebook in PDF format, you can create a shareable link that allows you to give people access to the ebook. So if you click this three-dot icon in the upper right-hand side of the screen, this opens some more options. Then if you open the Share tab, this gives you the ability to configure the sharing settings. So it's currently set to anyone on the internet with this link can view the ebook. That's what we want. But if you click the change link, you can configure those settings to be even more specific. Keep in mind, you never want this to be set to editor. This gives them the ability to edit the doc. That's not good. From my experience, the allowing anyone with this link to view setting works well for all of my digital lead magnets. Okay, so let's get this link to use on our thank you page. So click the copy link button, and then we'll head back to the thank you page and paste that link within the URL field. And then just make sure that you don't have the HTTPS prefix twice, so I'll remove that. And perfect. Now when the visitor clicks the button, they'll be able to access the ebook. Okay, our landing page and thank you page have been designed and configured. So let's do a quick once over to make sure everything looks good. And it does. The final thing I recommend doing is naming your page. So in the upper left-hand side of the screen, if you hover your mouse over the default title and click that pencil icon, you'll have the ability to edit the name. Again, I recommend naming this something that coincides with your campaign. It'll help you track its progress in the back end of your Constant Contact account. And there we go. Then click the Save button. And our pages are ready to go. Then to make this live, simply click the Publish button in the upper right-hand side of the screen. And in a few moments, you should get a notification letting you know that the page has been published. This is also where you can view your page campaign stats and track its results with real-time reporting. This comes in handy whenever you want to see how a particular campaign is performing. This is also where you can access the link to the landing page. And I recommend testing the funnel before you start sharing this link with your audience. So let's visit the page really quick by clicking that link. And so far so good. Page looks great. And then I'm just going to fill out this form. So I'll enter my email address and then my first name and click the sign up button. And perfect, it takes me to the thank you page. Then if I click the download ebook button, it should take me to the Google Doc PDF of the ebook. Awesome. Now, one thing I should point out is that in order to save this ebook on your computer, you have to download it to your hard drive or wherever you want to save it. Not everyone may know this, so if you're using this exact strategy where you're linking to a shared doc, you may want to list out the steps to download the PDF on the thank you page. Just a thought. Okay, now that I've filled out the form, submitted my info, and downloaded the ebook, if we head back to Constant Contact and refresh the page, you'll see that the reporting is tracking the results and building our email list. Awesome. So we have confirmed that the funnel works. Now it's time to implement the campaign and share it with your audience. And for this particular example, I'm going to show you a way to use this link on a WordPress blog. So first things first, let's copy this link. Then I'll head over to my WordPress blog. And I should point out that I'm using a demo food blog that was built using the free WordPress theme called Kale. So if you're using a different theme, the steps in this process may be slightly different. However, WordPress is super intuitive, and I'm sure you can figure out how to follow along with your blog. But as always, if you have any issues at all, don't hesitate to reach out in the comments and I'd be happy to help out. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to be adding the link to the landing page within the sidebar of this blog. And if we fast forward really quick, you could see what that will look like. As you can see, I'm going to have an image within the sidebar followed by a simple button that when clicked will take the user to the landing page where they can fill out the form and get the ebook. Now, this is just one way to implement this campaign. You can add this link to blog posts, your primary nav, the footer, you could share it on social, you can add it to email campaigns, the list goes on and on. So don't be afraid to get creative whenever you're promoting this. Okay, back at the blog. To access the sidebar within Kale, you'll need to open your customization menu, so click Customize at the top of the screen. Then open the Widgets tab. And then the sidebar default tab. And then you'll notice that WordPress has updated their sidebar widgets so that they're all blocks. So we'll need to add an image block first. So click the Add a Block button and find the image block. Then you can upload a new image or select one from your media library. I've already uploaded it, so I'll select it. And this image is in my media library. And then I'll select the image I want to use. And there we go. Now, you can't see the image because it places the block at the very bottom of the sidebar by default, but I'll scroll down here in a few seconds so you can see what it looks like. Next, I'm going to add a button, so click the Add Block again and find the button block. Then I want this to be aligned to the center, so within the block toolbar, open the Items Justification icon and select Justify Items Center. This will center the button within the sidebar. And then it would probably help if I scroll down so you could see what this looks like. And there we go. Now we need to add text in order for the button to show up. So within the actual button, type what you want the call to action to be. And I'm going to have this button say free download. There we go. So far so good. Next, let's add the landing page link to the button. So within the button block, highlight the text that you want to link to, and then within the block toolbar, click on the link icon, then paste the landing page link that we copied from Constant Contact, and then I recommend having it open in a new tab, so flip this switch on, and then click the arrow to submit it. And this will make the button a clickable hyperlink so that when someone clicks on the button, it'll take them to the landing page. Then I actually want this to be towards the top of the sidebar. So if you click these arrows within the block toolbar, you can place the block anywhere you'd like. Pretty convenient. It's kind of like the old drag and drop feature WordPress had with the classic widgets. And I'm going to move this button block up so that it's below the image block. And then let me scroll up a bit to check it out. And there we go. Looks great. All right, so let's publish our changes and make this live by clicking the Publish button. And then I'll exit out of the customization menu and let's test it out. So at the home page of our blog within the sidebar, if we scroll down a bit, we have a beautiful image with a button that links to the landing page that when clicked, takes the user to our landing page with the lead generation form. Then when they fill out the form and submit their information, they're automatically redirected to the thank you page where they can access and download your free ebook. And congratulations, you've now created and implemented a valuable strategy to grow your email list and expand your blog's reach. By having this type of funnel, you're able to add subscribers to your list, give them something of value in the free ebook, and strengthen your relationship with your audience. Again, Constant Contact is a great resource when it comes to email marketing and list building, and the landing page is just one of the many features that can help you achieve success online. So that's going to do it for this video. If you found it helpful, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. Also, now that you've started your blog, check out these two videos on email marketing and blog monetization. They'll help you grow your audience and earn a passive income with your blog. And as always, your support means a great deal to me and my family, and for that, I thank you. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.